See yourself in it? Yes or no? That's an instant reaction. Oh yes, I can see myself playing this part. Do I like the story and do I like what it has to say? And that's very instant as well. But also it is, will people care about this relationship, or will people care, will people want to follow this character? And the likes of grafters, of course, will follow those characters.
You bastard! You stupid bastard! Do you know what you've just done, Trevor?
It's not me who's the stupid one this time.
Very similar relationship with myself and Stephen Tompkinson. Is very similar to me and Jerome. Again, we got on, we liked the same sort of humour. But the one thing about Stephen, he was a beautiful, beautiful writer. He wrote a lot of the scenes, and he helped Grafters on its way.
The tagline was, you know, if they weren't brothers, would they be friends? Well, brothers remain brothers for life. I will always be, Robson's like a brother to me, and that will always be for life. So you could always bring those two characters back. And people loved Trevor and Joe.
And Stephen would give me wonderful lines, you know, to deliver. I said, thanks very much, you know, and I'd take all the praise. He'd say, yeah, I'd cross them over, Robson, you head them in.
I have never been offered the big time, Trevor. Never. Doesn't happen every day of the week. And thanks to you, it'll probably never happen again. Now, he liked me. He thought I was something. And you had to go and piss all over it.
Nothing good ever lasts. I mean, it doesn't. Go on to something new, you know. Break the envelope. Go out your own hinterland. You know, we all have these safe areas that we all live in. And to step outside, it's such a brave act. Blind Ambition, a true story about an 18-year-old athlete who becomes blind through a car accident. Because of that, there is a terrible consequence in the relationship with his character and his wife, played by Imogen Stubbs.
You did. You did.
If anybody wants to come on a film set, don't come on just these domestic scenes where two people are talking to each other. Come to a stunt. They're quite interesting. We had this great fire stunt. Dave Nellis, who played my brother in it, I had to rescue. But it was, again, it's the story of a guy wanting to escape something that he disliked, which essentially was his life, his upbringing. He wanted something better.
When you first start, it would be lovely to think that you could pick and choose. And obviously Robson was the same as all of us. He sort of took what was given to him. But then because of his success, he got into a position where he could sort of create his own work, as it were, because he was so popular. And I think he's been very clever in his choices.
Look, just stop.
You didn't stop. You didn't stop with Lisa De Silva, you carried on. And by the time you got to Machen, you cut open Suzanne and you hung her upside down outside his house!
Don't talk about this!
I don't care! I want to know why you chose Anthony Machen!
Look, my car had broken down. Machen came round to help.
But why did it have to be him?
But there are some things in life you cannot explain!
And I think it was very clever of him to go for the more sinister aspect, because he wanted to get rid of the cheeky chappy image, which I think he did very successfully.
Some people can flirt with a camera, you know, and other people can't. And,
but I think men like Robson Green. It's not just women. I mean, obviously, you know, because he's so cute, women do love him. But I think men love Robson Green as well, which is often a rare quality in actors. He doesn't just appeal to women.
sometimes one has to pinch oneself where you get the beautiful Francesca Annis, who can just break your heart with a smile. I mean, she had incredible presence in front of the lens. And you know, sometimes I would go, sorry, French, could I just take a Polaroid so I can send it back to my mates? Tell them who I'm working with. The whole sex symbol, heartthrob, which I've no idea what it means anyway, sex symbol and heartthrobby thing. It's pure media invention, you know, pure media invention. I'm probably going to top 300 hours at the end of 2004, 2005. I'll probably top 300 hours of primetime television hours. And I can probably say in those 300 hours, there's been 11 minutes, or not even that, 4 minutes with me and my shirt off.
Freeze!
Officially, I'm only supposed to change the sheets.
Because the script warrants it, you know. I didn't say to the people, oh, is there a scene in there where I can get me kit off? You know, it warranted, and, you know, I wouldn't get it off just willy-nilly. That was a bad phrasing. That was not good.
Robson knows the secret of his success with women better than anyone else. He'll deny it, but absolutely, he's got that combination of vulnerability and that kind of roguish charm, that twinkle, and I've seen him use it well.
I love your mind. I love your spirit. I love your eyes. And I love your mouth. And I love your soul. And I love your soul.